Since the beginning, we've had the greatsword. It's always been my favorite weapon in Chivalry 2, and even though it didn't come first in my best two-handed sword video, I was really wishing that it did. But naturally, it's time to focus on that playstyle and give it something real to compete with. Let's take a look at the new behemoth in Chivalry 2, the Highland sword. In this video, we're going to check out the stats and abilities of this brand new giant slasher and see why it's such a necessary addition to our arsenals. But first, what's the next weapon you're hoping gets added to the game, and what subclass should it be given to? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll mention some of my favorites in the next video. Now let's get to it. What's going on, guys? My name is Chronic, and today I'm really excited to talk about our newest weapon, and possibly the best weapon in Chivalry 2, the Highland sword. Let's look a little deeper at what I mean by that. Looking at the stats, you can see that the Highland sword has about 90% reach, 20% speed, and 100% damage. The greatsword, for reference, has about 60% reach, 50% speed, and 90% damage. This shows that the Highland sword is significantly bulkier and a lot slower than the greatsword, which used to seem so large in comparison to the other two-handed swords. The same goes for the comparison in drag and excel abilities. If you don't already know, dragging and excelling are the two opposites of the same concept, controlling weapon speed. A drag is meant to delay impact and hit after an opponent lets their guard down, where an excel, on the other hand, is short for accelerated. This can be accomplished by going in for an attack as your opponent does and turning your camera along with your swing, like following through when hitting a baseball. These two aspects of combat are really important when using a very heavy weapon, and weapons don't really get much heavier in Chivalry 2 than the Highland sword now. The Highland sword is a master of deception and able to drag and excel better than anything I've seen in this game so far. Most would say bigger isn't better, but in this case I highly disagree. It doesn't matter what weapon you have in Chivalry 2, it's both how you utilize it and how well you use footwork. The Highland sword's bonuses are increased damage, longer release, slower windup, and longer recovery, which depending on how you look at them can be absolutely horrible. But these bonuses are the reasons the Highland sword can be dragged and excelled through a group of 5 enemies at one time. The one major downside of the Highland sword is its longer recovery. This means that after a hit, it takes longer to be able to block, dodge, or defend yourself in general. You'll find yourself getting hit quite often if you're not careful. Make your hits count, which the 90% reach and 100% damage doesn't make hard to do. All in all, this was the sword that the Devastator was supposed to have. The officers can have the greatsword because I feel at home when using this. It almost slows down how you play in general and makes swings more intentional. So when I say that this might be the best weapon in Chivalry 2 now, it's not to disparage other weapons, it's just to draw attention to how much potential this weapon really has. It's like the Messer and the greatsword had a really big baby. I'm sure I'll be back for more very soon. In the meantime, have fun with the Highland sword, and if you need any help at all, check out my channel for tips and tricks. I just uploaded a Devastator greatsword guide to help anyone who might be struggling with this subclass, which should be floating around somewhere on screen right now. Anyway, if you're still hanging around, thanks for watching. That's it for me. Please like and subscribe for more Chivalry 2 content, guides, and overall good times. Now remember, tell me in the comments below, what weapon are you hoping for most and what subclass should it be? Take care all. Chronic out.